hold on, it's not. It's just a little weird specks of human dust. I mean, yeah, sort of, kind of. I haven't been here for a while. I mean, I have been here, but not there. Okay, they're too far away for it to be awkward. Um, Let me just wait until people come. At least now I got my notification. Um, because I have two Twitch accounts. One I made simply to watch one singular person. The second one is the one you are on. And I don't know why. Maybe because I didn't want my actual name to be the thing you refer to me to. You know, keeping a bit distance on the parasocial relationship that might stir up. But I am sitting in a chair because from last time, my mom got a table and chairs, which I like, and it's a bit easier to put things in a nice thing, right? So the painting I am painting today is it's I have painted the thing I am painting, but I'm not happy with it. So therefore I will have to paint more. Uh, it's a house. It's a house. It's a blue house to be precise. And then there's green things on the sides, and then there's a big there's a lot of red trees overall. I don't know how to make them look like trees, uh, or if I just want them to be a lot of fucking bushes. But I'm not quite sure if I would want that. Um, so I think the first thing I would have to do is to paint the sky. I did the sky pretty good at first, but then I decided not to have just one big poofy cotton candy-ish looking cloud. I thought, what if I add more? And then it sort of started to decay in how much I liked the painting overall. So I would have to, erase that quite simply, and then I would have to make just a singular poofy cloud that sort of lifts the environment up towards the middle and a bit towards the sides. You will be able to see shortly. And I would have to try to make trees in a way I haven't made trees before, which is it's like I have to do things, but of course it needs to be done. Now, I've been on the mountains. I've been, walking. And other than that, not anything in particular other than the thing I knitted, all those little squares I made, trying to make a jacket, and I sort of involved you in the process. I took it apart, and then I made a lot more, at least 160 more of them, and then I made it into a dress, and I am halfway on the skirt part of the dress, and it's really pretty. A lot more pretty than the first dress I made, to be honest, and I'm a lot more happy with it. And you will be able, I should show you, because I am proud of what I'm doing, of course. Yeah. I will grab you and then I will I actually put on music. I'm happy I remembered that, and because you know it's a thing, you know. It does, you know, right. This is the thing, you see, this lovely, absolutely love it, even this part as well. This ain't pretty, like this is bearable, this is also bearable, but like it's too much, I don't like it. And like this part here is also kind of green, I don't want it to be green. So yeah, there's a lot to fix there. These parts here, it's odd looking, right? It sort of looks like grass, it sort of looks like trees, at least here. So I will have to do this line of trees first, and then this building, and then this right here. And I do want like this to float a bit, if that makes sense. In a way I am not sure how to do, and then I would have to, you know, the rest. Anyway, let me just put you there. Let me just move this a bit. Let me show you the dress I'm making. And let me turn the inside out, because the inside is in and it's looking a bit doof. It looks a bit dumb. And this dress is so perfectly made as to like fit my size that I can only put it on like from the top, and then even I would have to like squeeze in and be careful, because the squares I made was like just the size of how to like put it through. But I am really fucking happy. Look at this nice flowing skirt, being like the colors from the top goes down and then it splits into like two parts, so it's a lot more spacious down the side, and it sort of gives emphasis more to the top rather than like this part. And there is some fuckery to this, because these squares, this one goes down, this one goes to the side, so this one goes to the side and this one goes down as well. But somewhere around here that isn't true, and I have no idea where that mistake went, or if I just simply fixed it. But I am pondering where that mistake was, because at some point I went through it and I was like, wait, this that square goes the opposite way toward as the colors. It's supposed to go the same way to put a bit more emphasis on these, I guess. In all reality, I made just a pattern of 4 squares to put into the nook all around, because that's the part I got finished first. But I made the thingy sort of wrong, at least where this I put them together on the wrong fold. So and since I didn't want to put that and like fucking fix that, I just decided, okay, if I do it as like a conscious thing, maybe it will be like, oh yeah, that's better. I'm for some reason, but that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this, and I need to get a charger so you don't fucking die. And Square, if you're fucking watching this, I need my 1 meter long cord because this is too fucking short and I absolutely hate you for ghosting me. Personal vendettas aside, now let me put you into the computer like so, and let me just get you a bit better stand, and I need to fix this, and this is full, so let me do something along like this, perhaps. Yes, you're capable of sight. Woot woot, here I come. Now, I am sitting down. Finally. Amazing. Now, I have discussed the problems with this, and I do believe I can't make it just go down. I do think I would have to somehow make this closer, and that would be interesting to find out. And I have this palette which I found, which is so much better because the holes are a lot bigger than these, and yeah, and I didn't use that one. I used this one painting this, so it makes sense. It is okay. And I found more tape, which means these are sort of obsolete, but this is a canvas, really professional and nice. And you know, painting. Ooh. Now I need white and blue, and let's see, let's put a bit of white in there, and then I can have a tiny-ish amount of blue, and then I can have a different blue, lighter blue, to sort of give it a nicer tint. Right, and then can make the brush a bit wet, and I will have to mix, and create this really lovely blue color. And I really do love the extra amount of space in here. So much easier to handle now. All of this is going to be blue. So I will have to, you know, cover it. And I'm going to wait on putting blue around where I want a cloud so I can have it easier blend together, you know. Because that's how painting works. Because this will dry faster, you know, because it will dry first. I mean, it won't dry necessarily faster than anything, depending on how much color I put on. But regardless, it's right. It's correct. I am a professional in pretending. And I do want it to have a bit more shape, differentiating shape than what I was currently doing, but I need I do think I need this one because I'm using crimson on the trees, so to sort of have a different color thingy, you know, different tones. What? Now I am frightened to put any yellow in it, because then it will sort of become green, but if I do, it's just tiny, not much. One drop of paint and then the rest being white. I can erase this color to my best ability. Take what's on the metal away, and then I can take away this hair, because that's no fun having on your canvas. I mean, it does give like the painting sort of a it gives a character. I don't want it to have character today. Now I have this really cute pink color. It's sort of the same tint or hue as the blue one, which is amazing. So I will put this all over where I know where this color needs to be. I will sort of try to not eradicate everything else while doing that. I will do sort of like this, perhaps. And let me make this one a bit smaller so it's further away, and I should probably do that as well here, just to have something of a texture going on. And then I can sneak in upon the blue, kind of. Not that I'm doing a great job currently, but like so. Washing some of it off, taking in the blue, and then having it mixed with the pink to make a nice cold-ish purple to have this to mix with. And then I can mix it more on the actual clouds, you know, like sort of like this, to have it blending in. And then I can, like so, sort of not being as pretty as the first thing I did, but nonetheless, I am trying. I gotta count for something. But if I have it more purple here, or like in the sides and downwards, it will probably look better, I think. So let me just make that like sort of like so, and the same down here. Like sort of like that, and then the pink can sort of radiate from the house, more or less. And let me have it be a bit more pink. That around here. The ones that's a bit more pink, and then we have that sort of like this, and I can have it a lot more pink, like just a tiny bit of the blue precisely, and then I can have that sort of like this, and then I can have the pink and mix it in like so. Yes, and then I can make this top a bit more like that, and then I need to be a lot more blue. Why, you may ask? To have, when you look at the sky and like clouds in general, if they are like really poofy and really thin, the cloud, you can like see that it is sort of the same color as the sky, but it's kind of not, in a weird way, you know. So I can blend this sort of like so, and then I probably should blend the pink yet again, of course. Right, a bit more pink, at least on top of here. Yes, and then I need to remove this. Fuck. You saw that, luckily. But let me, you know, I hate having to have the color that I haven't, like, when I have dipped color in the color I would need on a later occasion, and it's like slightly off, but let me have this and mix it sort of like this. Let me stick it a bit more down here for depth. Let me steal some of this, even though it's not perfect. I don't like it when it's not perfect, but it can, it does something at least. And some color variation in the sky is always nice. Hello Gutenberg, are you having a nice time do you like what is being accomplished on this actual easel today? I am sort of getting the hang of it. I do like a lot more pink, like in the center. It's a lot more vibrant, and I do like that a lot better. And it's being only one cloud. I think I've outdone myself. But I have having a nice time. How was your day? It was really nice. I woke up, took a shower, walked my dog to the store to buy cigarettes, and a pink monster, of course. And then I realized, this is something I want to do. Why haven't I done this? And compulsively doing it, to start, I guess. But it's been nice, it's been fun, at least for today. And I am capable of painting, I haven't really had a lot of like inspiration as to what to paint, and so I haven't like really wanted to, but that's okay. Hey, my favorite artist, hello Elder Scrolls. I haven't watched your stream for a long time. Well, that may be because I haven't been streaming for a long time. At least, I don't quite know, but oops, I mean, anyway, now I am painting and streaming and being the fun personality that I am. And I need to make trees. So I'm thinking, if I have this red and I have this green, it will probably make brown. No, it did not make brown. It made a deeper red, less saturated red actually. Probably because it's crimson red and it's more defined, or like it's darker. It doesn't look brown, it looks wine. Yes. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's brown at least. So yay. Hooray for me. Now, these trees are sort of oval, short and round. So it looks dark. I mean, it looks like it's further away. Now I do want sort of a outward look of these trees, and I do want them to, be out there, showing themselves off. And I need to, right? And then I can have, a smaller one right here. I don't know how to make them separated. I think maybe if I take a really dark color and have some trees looking down, having a bit more of a field looking sort of right here and outwards. But yes, this is working so far, and I do want this one to be a lot more out there than it's a bit closer, like on the edge. These are behind the house. This is like sort of on the side, so I will make it such like this. It's probably good. Just small details like such. Let me just right, and then I want there to be a tree behind here as well. And I want that tree to meet this tree, so it's not an awkward end, you know. And then I will have to fill in all of this. I'd also have to fill in sort of like here, like here as well. I don't quite know how these floors work, but I do want them to have this weird look to them, because there's like two front entrances, or like terraces. There's a split in the middle, but like this house has an extension, which this one, you know, doesn't have. And to make it sort of a fun texture and a bit more fun. Now I need this to go a bit further up actually, and a bit more out on the top, like that, and then fill at least this one in a bit, like so. That looks okay, not going to lie. Now I need a dark color where there's black, and I think that I can put it here, because this needs to be dark, or at least darker, but I don't know if I should just go and paint it black, which I probably should. Yes. Or at least a shallow black. This didn't work. I should not have water on it. Because that did not work. I mean, it was too shallow, you know. People, am I right? They be shallow. They don't have personalities. What? I mean, if they did, I would certainly know. But now this is black. This is behind. It's looking dark and scary. You know, like things should. I need some green, and I need to make brown, and then I have this, some primary red and green will make brown. And some blue, possibly. Or maybe I just have the fucking wrong green. I can put some brown in it, and then thus it will be brown. Precisely. That's how things work. But since I have a lot of this brown, I think I should just make all the tree trunks, not Mrs. Tree trunks, but the tree trunks where the leaves grow out of, I think I should make all of them in this brownish color. So let me have a tree trunk right here if it wants to, you know, assemble itself, and I can make another tree trunk right here if it wants to assemble, and I can, you know, make them slightly go into some directions, just because then I can go over with a lighter red wineish color, and I can, you know, have some brown sticking out. Precisely. And then I can also like add to like the contrast of all of this. You know, that makes sense. So I want a tree like here as well. And a tree like that's a big right. These are a bit cluttered and unprofessional. Luckily for me, I can hide them, I can redo them, and I can make them disappear legally. You know, no crimes involved in this painting. I won't allow it. Now, let me just try not to make it really thick, because they're small and delicate. Right. Now, that's looking good. Kind of, if you have a sense of humor. Let me. But I like that they aren't like straight and sticking out like in a realistic straight way, because trees don't grow straight. They are by nature queer or like crooked, depending on how much you like nature. But yes, what I say is most likely the truth. So that's looking cute. Now I think I should need a dark green to fill in like this behind here with green, and then I should have some sort of thingy going up there, and I need the dark things there as well. Green. I think I just need to add some yellow and a bit more blue into the green. And you may ask, oh, why do you add yellow and blue into green? That's because it's a better green color than the tube color if I just mix in some of the actual pigments and a bit more blue. Amazing. Now I scrape those together. Like this. And then I can fill in this background thingy, and this will most likely be hidden by like the by the trees, right? So it is turning out a bit shallow, but I don't know how to fix that. I'm sorry. Um, but it's okay. It might be because I went over with a wet brush and was careless. Or that this is just really opaque in its nature. So I probably should do something more. But yes, probably just paint over it somehow. Now, I want to make this feel. I can just fill it in with this, and I can make it a bit, not straight. So it's a bit more lively, or like it has a taste and a sense of things, and I can take and move this a bit in front of like this. And I did make a mistake actually. I do need trees sort of like here in between, so I would have to make a bit more trunks, not necessarily like branches, but I need to make, this is way too much water. Now, don't be wet. Didn't quite help. I think it's because the brown is it's already very opaque. Now, that's a tree. This is also a tree, just in case if you if you didn't know. I mean, art is submissive. I mean, it's what you want it to be. Now, fuck, such an idiot. But let me have this green and this yellow. That's a lot of fucking yellow. I do think I need a bit more green to compensate. I don't like to compensate for painting. It feels like I'm wasting paint when I have to do such things. The agony. Like so. And this is very bright. That's why I have used a lot of dim colors, or like sort of dark colors, but this middle point is very pink. So I do want a lot of this to also be saturated in a nice way. I don't want it to be looking scary. I want it to look like life. I want it to be happy, but maybe this is a bit too saturated. But at least I can fix my mistakes in some capacity. I can at least make this greenery come a bit more up, so it doesn't feel so dragged down, which I have currently made it to look like. So I can make the tree thingies yet again. That's no problem. I just need to fill it in with paint, because it's looking sort of it's looking quite sad. It was looking depressive when I first made the thingy, so gotta make it look better. I mean, Do I have a choice in this? Probably. Do I choose to have a choice in this? No, definitely not. I do think this part is a bit redundant. I want there to be tree here, so it sort of has this curvy wave thingy, and I want this to be a bit more shadow, but I do want it to be green, you know. So I will just fill it in, and I am okay with using this color just over it, so it's a bit more color to it. Right? You know, colors. And I am going to go over this blue as well, if it will let me, and like actually keep things saturated. I don't think it was completely dried because I am dragging away the colors, and I don't like that because it kind of sucks. But anyway, let me just do this one as well. Yes, I do like that it's a bit more spacious here, but I do think I would have to make it another tree here as well to sort of compensate for this tree that is like closer but still not close enough. I mean, right? To sort of have a whoosh and a whoosh and a whoosh and then the clouds, you know, sort of a boat. Now, I do know, quite frankly, that this needs to dry a bit before, because unless I just want to push away all the other colors I have, which I don't, I would have to break. I mean, definitely yes. Why do I sound so unsure of what I am wanting to do? This one's empty. Now, break time. We can do fun stuff. Let's yes. Let me just take this and one cigarette because I am addicted. I do have more freckles than I have. I've noticed that I have, or it's like on the. It's the. I'm not letting my dog out, and I feel sorry for her, but I haven't tried getting freckles before. And in trying to get freckles, you know, not just on my face, I got a ridiculous sunburn on the underside and just barely around here. Absolutely fucking sucks. It looks weird. It sort of looks like shadows, but then again, it doesn't quite look like shadows because, you know, it's just a tan. But I'm not that pleased with my decision. But anyway, I am quite pleased to have to talk to myself for a couple of hours. That's a while since I've done. Hello, Dominic. Got any hidden talents? Of course I have. I am currently taking a break from painting But my hidden talent, in all actuality, is making jewelry. You know, the kind of jewelry a fifth grader would make out of pearls, and it's definitely a vibe. But yeah, and I am also making a dress, so probably uh, when I can afford textiles, I'd probably realize that my hidden talents are also including everything you do with your hands. Yeah, I am sort of amazing. I uh, I think it's going to rain soon. It is too chilly to not be wearing a jacket, and I think I don't think much. uh, yeah, brain poops. Uh, Definitely. I saw crows messing in flower beds to people, and thought it was hilarious because I don't have a flower bed the crows can, ruin. So it sucks to be them. Um, yes. I I can show you the paintings that I have been doing, which I'm no way near finished, nor have the will to finish in the way that I have started them. One of them is really realistic. It's like buildings, it's sort of the edge of a town and a road just washing out to non existence. Um, and a different road on the opposite side. And I want it to look realistic, and it is frightening. Because I know, deep inside, this is out of my control. I can't pursue the level of realism that I would like to have. And the other one is very abstract, but I hate the way the colors come together. And it's not really pretty in that sense because, it's red and it's blue and it's supposed to be sunset somehow with like clouds and such. And I uh, like above in the like bird perspective of the cloud line, but it's looking real stupid so far. So oops. I am not the best artist, but luckily for me, I am your favorite, of course. Now, just as the sun peeked a bit through, I am done. Of course. Anyway, now, you wanna look at my cat? Here he is. He likes having the place I usually sit because, I sit there and he gets a bit like hurt when I'm like, yeah, it's my place. Fuck off. Like this. Now I can place myself right down. I was going to show you. Fuck. Luckily that didn't have water in it, but I have this. This does look more like mountains and a sunset rather than a bunch of clouds and sunset. So there needs to be done more, and it's not looking great. then I have this. It looks really realistic. The colors are popping. These are just shapes. This isn't, there is no life here. It's empty. It's more, how you say, a sort of a backroom environment. It doesn't have any flair. It doesn't, I haven't painted on here. The first layer of paint I did on this was pink, and the pink isn't painted, so it's very unfinished. But at least I have the shapes at the place that I would like the shapes to be. Sort of, perhaps. Now, let me. Sorry. I need to build up another burp. Now, the thing is, I need this to be a bit brighter, or not necessarily quite right away, because I do want to be a bit more covered in the colors. And I have now a smaller pencil because I'm better than everyone else, of course. But hopefully a bit of these trees can, like, a bit of the stems and such can pop out sort of subtly. So I'm not covering like every single part, I'm just covering where I feel like I should have a bit more of this going on. At least where it isn't as covered as my intentions wanted. Like so. Amazing. Now I think I need to make these. I need to make a shape sort of like this, which will be the like darkest points of these trees, a bit under, a bit over, somehow textures and perspective and shapes and colors and other stuff you might see in a painting. And I do want this to stick on out, and I do want this to go all the way like so. Like that, and I would maybe I can have some black here to have a shadow. I can fill this in with some opaque-ish black to make it look darker. I can also have it round here and bit darker on here as well. Kind of like that. And it going a bit up on the trees here, like this. Wow, I must say this was a decision. You know, like most things, this definitely be like up here and a bit down here, and I want it to go to the edge, please. Walking the plank. So this will be a nice little tree in the front. This will also be a nice little tree in the front. This will be a nice little tree in the front. Like so. And this as well. Like so. And then I should probably have some black in between here, you know, to make shadows. Oh, you're not supposed to make shadows out of black? What? I didn't. I don't care. But I want there to be a bit shadows. You know, that's how you make art. Depth and controlling your lusts, probably. Right. Before making the trees perfect, I should make the house a bit more perfect. So I need a bit blue and I need a bit white. And then I will have this white. And I will make this roof a sort of a slanted shape. You know, it going out on the edges. Sort of like this. That's completely fine. I don't need it to be better. I said crying, but let me have this one in its perfect original state. And this one is a bit bigger because it's a bit closer. I will excuse myself with. And let me have and fill in this down line better than what I am currently doing. It looks a bit dumb. It looks a bit uneven, but it might just be because the angle I am painting it in, perhaps. Now, I need it to be a bit more blue. And I need it to be a bit stronger blue than the sky. So it can contrast. And I need this pole right here. so like that. So it's sort of a bit of a wall, kind of. And then I leave those two spaces for windows. Not the program, but the objects on the building that makes you look out. And for differentiating the symmetry of the building, I'm having a pole here and a pole in like what is the middle of like the structure for like a side wall or something like this. And I need to fill this in with color. Sort of like that. And then I need to fill in this wall right here. Paint this line, you know, very exciting stuff going on. Fuck. And then this one right here. And then this sort of until here. I made that line too long. And then we have two windows here. Perfect. I have outdone myself yet again. I like that the roof is white and contrasting, like sticking out of your visual focal point. But I can't have blue with a slightly tint of yellow because that will only be green. Hopefully I don't make green. I said, well, putting it right next to the green. But why do I have yellow doors and windows? To have it be lit and amazing in all ways and forms. And, you know, having it, you know, lived in, sort of. Like so. Sort of. Kind of. I made a bit green. Unintentionally, but yeah, it's okay. It works. Sort of. Yeah. I can live with this. Like as if I have something I was supposed to say in that matter. But I need the brown to be a bit more light, so I can have sort of a patio sticking out on the side. That's all the white I need. Now, dip of the brown, making it, I need a lot more brown. Yes, this is probably good enough. And then I can make a patio like so. remove that line and I can make a white one instead. Sort of like this. Amazing. Or I can, yes, I think I need a brighter one. There is no color from before. Amazing. Now, and I can, make this white, and I can also make the roof whiter as well, if I am capable of such magical work. Hopefully it is going to look a certain way, and that way is going to be good. Not bad, not okay, but good. And it's going to give me contentment that I am truly doing. Like so. Amazing, and then I can make this one not as tall. It will indicate like separation wall, to your neighbor, so you don't have to look at them. I can do like that. But I do think I need one here as well, because that indicates that the roof is like slanted outwards, and for support I do think I need one as well here, like that, and then I can make this one white as well. It's very bright. I don't like how it is very bright. Is it something I'm going to like try fixing? Probably not. I can't be bothered to. But let's just pretend that they quite recently cleaned the roof. And now we can make a brighter pink. So I'm mixing in the color I used on the clouds and a bit of that, and I will, sort of like this. That could work if I'm just good at doing that exact same thing throughout this these clumps of trees, having it a bit more on there and slightly less downwards, and the same thing sort of here. Like this, and on top of this one as well. Let me make it a bit more spicy, or at least top it off. Like so. And then I can make these trees behind there be a lot more opaque, or a lot more saturated, of course. And there will be 3 of them behind here, of course. And then I need to fill in at the top of these as well. I should probably saturate it, or like give it a bit more life, this color. I mean, in all actuality, I just needed more, and I don't really have more. But that has never stopped me from pretending to not, I mean pretending to, you know, have everything I need. And I fucked up, but I mean, of course, sort of do like a bit less lumpy in these paint brush strokes, not the band. Let me just simmer and fill in this sort of have a bright shadow throughout all of it, especially like in between these nooks and like crannies and like so. Amazing. And then we can fill it on a bit more here as well. Luckily I have barely enough. Like that. Not perfect, but lovely. And it sort of makes sense why the roof is that bright and colorful. Now, tree trunks. have to do this sort of carefully. Why, you may ask? Because I don't want to make them again, you know. Or like, I don't want to paint over and do them like specifically again. So I am careful and I am making it to my best ability. I am like the dark parts that like haven't been filled with leaves, I sort of fill in with green, or like brown. So they so branches peeking through, right? That makes sense. Let me just do that. And this one a bit yet again. Like so. Amazing. I must say I have outdone myself. I can follow this in with also a little branch. Or like trunk. I mean, fuck. Anyway, and I need there to be smaller ones like down right in between here, and then one here, and then I should probably have this one a bit, but you know, yes, and then one right here as well. And okay, I can have one here as well, and then I need to use green, but I don't want it to be this bright, so I'm going to put a bit of this weird bluish color in it. Or I can just do this. Yes, this was exactly what I wanted. And let me just move this one around. Sort of in this way, and I am trying to like not have this line up towards the trees, like where they separate very I want them to look very uneven, because you know the leaves of the trees and such things. And I would have to make that layer at least once more with green. Går det bra, Trixie? Kom igen, Tammy. My dog makes depression sounds and looks just weirdly down the stairs, and she didn't want to go down, but she... Går det bra, Trixie? Yes, I mean, dogs, am I right? But yes. Let me make green. Ooh. Yay. I mean, hi, Trixie. Hey, Trixie. Kom igen, Tammy. She's probably just lonely. Because I'm focusing on something completely different. She doesn't know what is going on. So, anyway, yes, dog. But, I mean, you can't always give your dog attention, but you should always give your dog attention. I know it sounds weird, but you know, if you know, you know. Let me tooth this one again. Yes, and then this one. Yet again. Choo 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 choo. Now let me just. Yes. And now a bit. That was a lot of dust. Now brow. To fill in these nicely, not too much. Definitely not enough, right? Right. Give them their own spaces. Like so. I think this is pretty damn good. If I have to say so myself. It does bug me that this is all black and this is green. But, and I mean, I can't just say, oh, it's steeper there, because that doesn't work. But it looks like a nice orchard sort of looking thing. Like a very nice, what's it called? A farm, like a rich farm, to be precisely. Now let me just paint over all my previous mistakes as to my best ability. And after that, I might have a cigarette, you know, something cool. And then I'd have to go back and think of other things, like things that make the painting have a soul, you know, the humanity of the work. And I am okay that the color, like on the trees where they sort of meet, it looks more of a shadow to the grass rather than me having made an oopsie, which I am pleasantly surprised about. I mean, I'm not complaining, I'm just stating facts. But yes, I am a lot more proud of this painting now than I was yesterday, because, you know, all of this stuff I've done. And the sky, you know, the things I did under it does sort of seep through, but it isn't so intense, right? It's like a bit of cotton candy just loosened up, and I do like that, and that it's sort of a bit more beige-ish color rather than pink one, because then it would be quite visible. But this is very subtle. I mean, you can't even see it. So yeah, I will. Yeah, I will clean this up. Like this, and then I will grab you and I will show you how much this is looking, you know. Look at this. You can kind of just barely see like a bit differentiating here and a bit differentiating up here, and like these two aren't the same colors, barely. At least I can see through the phone camera, but if I do this it sort of changes. I don't know. But like the harmony of this I really like, that it is a bit more intense over here, it's a bit more loose over there. This looks, I mean, I have sort of seen kind of similar stylized, at least to how the trees are made, but I don't know where, or like if it's a big artist or something that has done this, but I like it. I do want birds. I need something that gives the spaghetti its meatballs, you know, that sort of thing. Lunch, I mean. Lunch, I can't get it out. But I mean, I jinxed myself. So, I'm just petting my dog, don't mind me. Giving her less suicidal tendencies. Poor dog. She had a sit, you know, a pimple under her arm, and it you know, I don't think dogs are supposed to have sits or like pimples or those kinds of stuff. Ouch. But anyway, she had to remove it surgically, and she got pain medicine, which, you know, of course I'm jealous of. But animals, they usually get your mental diseases because they are like your pack, and they mimic your behavior in a sort of way that makes them, if you're anxious, your dog is probably anxious as well, and those sorts of things. If you on a primal level don't like being touched, your dog might not like to be touched as well. My dog hates it, at least when strangers come around and like touch her around her neck. At least a friend of mine was going to take her bondage off, and she was like, nah, bitch, I've met you a couple of times, but nah. And the firemen was trying to like lift her out of the river, and she was not having that either. I was like, well, she I didn't remember that she don't like those sorts of contacts. So I was like, probably go ahead, and I they had to like drag her and then just push her ass up, which was fun. Not for her, because she couldn't get up. It was quite steep. But anyway, my cat's also depressed. At least with cats, it's more recognizable that they sort of have the same vibe as you. But then if you have more than one cat, the vibes are suddenly a bit completely different. They sort of manifest their personal favorite, I guess. I don't know how it works. They're animals, just like me, and they're probably just trying to fit in as well. Just like me and every other entity on this godforsaken planet. You know? Quite like that, yes. No more words. But the painting is looking a bit stale. It's looking a bit boring. So I think the best way to fix that is have flowers. I can put in some yellow flowers to like have a contrast moment, and I can probably have some birds, you know, being in the flowers. I can probably try and make some small indications of insects, perhaps, and some birds in trees, maybe someone on the roof. I don't want the birds to be flying. I want it to sort of be calm in that way, because if you put birds in the sky, it sort of it makes more movement than I want in the painting, if that makes sense. It's cold. I'm freezing. And thus we are inside again. At last. Amazing. Never done before. I mean, no one in the history of humanity has ever been inside. Like so. And now you are able to see, and Earl followed me for 45 minutes ago, which I of course didn't notice, but thank you. I need to put stuff on here, so let's have some yellow to like sort of contrast, and there's yellow in the building, so I can put yellow where anywhere I would like it to be. And let me have nice little cute small pencil to have this yellow on. no hairs, unfortunately, and I can just doot 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 doot. These are flowers, of course, and I can have sort of like so. That's cute, I like it. A couple of bunches around in these places, right? Sort of a bit unnoticeable, but nonetheless, I like it. And it sort of gives it a bit more depth or like texture and like shapes. I can, push this shape that I wanted 5 seconds ago, and I can, I have colors. It's the main idea. Like that. And then I can have these. That's a bit too much white actually. And I can have it go like so, and there, and bit one there, and here as well, and bit one like so. And I can also fill in some here, sort of badly, but fill in with some flowers. On top of there, and this is supposed to be trees, so I'm not that I don't want them to be there. I don't want to fill that in because that would be crazy. Now, birds or insects? Birds, definitely. I mean, was it even a question? So we're going to take this brown, we're going to make a little bird, like quite rightfully so here, and his feathers are up, his feet are like a shape, and I will come back onto these with a yellow to make the beak be realistic. This one is looking a bit up, and this is he's a bit more content in just standing here. He's like doesn't really know what's going on. And then another one here with the differentiating thingies, legs, like it looks a bit dumb, but I can have a line of birds on the roof. Like one like that. And these two birds are looking at each other, and it's like, bro, what the fuck are we doing here? Why aren't we anywhere else? Yeah, if I were to put, fine, I can have some birds in the sky, but lower, not that tall. Not quite tall, and I can have another bird, sort of flying-ish, the same, from the same spot. Maybe they saw a cat. I can paint cats. Like, I think I forget that every single day. Every single time I am painting, I forget bird. I forget cats, and I always remember cats. Not completely, but sort of. Yes, it's calm. It doesn't make noise. Maybe. If I make one bird in the sky, I would want more. But it's sort of crowded with birds. So I think it's okay. I will have a bit of this yellow. And I will make their beaks yellow because I don't necessarily that skillful at making realistic birds. At least they're not black this time. They're a bit browner, but it looks like the same birds I painted when I painted the big painting. So there's probably dark birds that have bright beaks. I am sure of it. Now, cat. Do I want a cat? Of course I want a cat, but I have a cat already. But whether or not I want a cat in this picture, I think we can sneak in small little cat right here, and he has body, and he has a small little tail, and it's sort of going up in all directions possible. I want it to be a bit sort of yellow, but then I probably, or a bit orangey. So I need this yellow, and I need this pink to make a sort of orange color. Probably a lot more of the yellow, not the pink. A brown and orange cat. What are the odds? I don't know why, but I don't think if a cat is orange, it doesn't really have any other colors than orange, question mark, but it has a brown tail tip, which is cute and adorable. Now I need to clean up this pencil, and then I need to find the tiniest pencil I have, like the tiniest tip. I know the one I used isn't the tiniest, but where the tiniest one is a question that I don't know the answer to, unless I'm just stupid and no, it was upside down. That's why I didn't find it. But I want a tip of blue as its eyes. It's looking dumb already. there's no pink left. Oh, forget it. It's a bit in the corner here. Because I want a pink little nose. Just a tiny, 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 tiny dot of that. So, you know, when you look close, it's like, oh yeah, it's actually a cat. Or like it can breathe. I mean, now, I am a lot more happy with the outcome of this painting. Look, I can remove the cord so you are free. Look at this magnificent piece. Let me just put the light a bit like so, and you can see constantly the birds, the weed, flowers, and the little tiny little, it looks ridiculously huge compared to the door, but let's forget that. And then there's birds, and flowers and pink trees and a big pink cloud, and I absolutely love it. It's looking beautiful. I do really like that I managed to make trees and them looking sort of like trees. I have these things, you know, these things that makes you capable of hanging paintings on your wall, you know, in a way that I don't know how to, but I have them, and I would like you to decide which paintings I hang up on my wall. And you can find a wide range of paintings that I have made on either my Instagram or my Discord server, which you should join. At least there you get reasons for why I suddenly disappear from Twitch, the platform, and you get to speak to me directly, and I think that is such an honor. And like the peak things you can possibly achieve. But you can give me money. Then I can buy more pink monster, and then the more pink monster I have, the more likely I am to stream. Other than that, I have done my purpose. I have completed everything I could possibly wish for today. I have showed you my dress. It's beautiful. I need to finish it. But other than that, I hope you have enjoyed yourself. And I hope you have enjoyed yourself to that extent that you would want to come back. That is the only thing I can ask for. So eat broccoli, sleep tight, drink milk, and I'll perhaps I'll stream tomorrow, and we can try to make them clouds make sense as clouds, possibly. Goodbye.